Trump promises 30% tax on the EU, and Porch Group, for example, drops by 7%, losing me a little more than $1 million. What's my answer? Take a cigar, get out in the sun, sit back, relax, smoke it. In my more than 10 years of investing, I've seen very similar things happening over and over again. Just some piece of news being sensationalized. We've seen tariffs before, we've seen COVID, we've seen the dot-com bubble, we've seen the housing crisis, and through all of this, the stock market has only marched on higher. And in the case of Porch Group, what does a 7% decline matter on a 1000% rise? When the stock is inching higher and higher, It's on weekly highs and they just keep going higher. And then a few days later, when everything is forgotten and there's a pause to the tariff. In fact, by the time this video is edited and out, it's probably already a pause to the tariff, and Porch Group is trading somewhere close to $13 a share or above. But one thing is different from the crisis of the past, and that's the volatility. When I started trading back in 2011, 3% up or down on a day was a very, very big move. For a single stock. And most of the time we would see moves less than 1%, except for on days where earnings calls were out, of course. And if you look at the stock market today, this is very, very different. And there's a number of reasons for that. For example, we have the AI and the algorithmic trading, where they have bots, programmed by quants that react to news, to momentum in stocks, and just amplifies everything more than it ever used to be. So a 7% drop that usually might have been 2% drop, just huge amplification. And not only that, also more leverage in the market. It has never been easier to leverage up, and this also creates more volatility. And I understand it can be scary, but once again, what's the answer? Get out in the sun, smoke a cigar, sit back, relax. I remember about 8 years ago, I still felt a little bit shaky about the investments when a huge drop came. I used to watch the channel Chicken Genius Singapore with Ken, and he would say, "Don't be a donkey." He even had a little jingle about it when stocks dropped by a lot and people in the comment section were thinking about selling. Because none of the fundamentals really change, and this macro outlook in itself is even uncertain. I think that we add a lot more emphasis to it than we actually should when pricing it into the stock market. It's crazy to think about, Why would a 30% tariff on the European Union cause a company that's doing home inspections, the software for it, and also doing the home insurance all of a sudden drop 7%. They're selling it in America only, by the way, some of the states, on European tariffs. Really think about it. Does it really make sense? And apply that same logic to whatever other stock that you're investing in when the stock market dip hits. And perhaps that rationale can also help calm the mind. And if not, once again, get out in the sun, smoke a cigar. Helps for me at least. Anyways, that's been it for this video, talking a bit about down markets, and in this case, the 30% tariff. This will not be the first or the last time that I make a video like this. I think we always need to hear it, because there's such a huge amount of negative news out there that can cause paper hands, and in an environment like that, I want to be on the side of diamond hands for the subscribers here at Bullnova. Anyways, that's been it for this video, and as always, hope you guys make a ton of money, whatever investments you decide to make. Take care now, bye bye.